Hey everybody, whether you're joining us live or whether you're watching the recording afterwards, because we're getting started as it's just after half of the hour and that too. Today we're going to talk very quickly into, if somebody joins us, we will then answer any questions, but we're going to speak into one of the conversations that came up on the call with Erica last night, and that is around sharing your story. And there, it came up as that challenge, not really sure what to do. How do I do that best? How do I do it compliantly? Don't want to do the wrong thing and all the rest kind of things. So we're framing this out on how to share your story without Fee coming after you.
Perfect. I don't want to come after anybody.
No, I know you don't, darling. And, I just want to say, I really want to say, honestly, you're all amazing, intelligent people. Just use your common sense. Okay, that's really what it comes down to, is just using our common sense and going, okay, alrighty. If I was somebody who, when somebody has got an illness or a disease or something like that, there can be a level of desperation and people want to clutch at straws. Now, this is me speaking from purely just a mama, a grandmother, not having any, I don't have any healthcare professional qualifications or anything like that. I think the only thing that I did do was Dr. Sears' course a number of years ago. But other than that, does not qualify me to give medical advice or anything like that, okay? We've got the beautiful Fee in the room who actually is very qualified to be able to do what she needs to do and that. But for most of us that are in our beautiful partner base, we are, mums, grandmothers, fathers, whatever kind of thing, and we're not healthcare professionals. So you have to think about it from the point of view of that if you had got a disease, there is a level of fear, there is a level of, I want to kind of get the magic pill, I want to get whatever it might be. And we know that that's not out there, okay? Do we know that our amazing products can help people to be healthier? Again, we know what it does in each of our individual bodies, ourselves, but we cannot claim what it's going to do in Corinne's body, Fee's body, my body. It's going to be all different because there are so many other areas that have to be taken into account. You know what? How much water we're drinking, how much sleep we're getting, what else we're putting into our bodies. It's all right taking your Juice Plus, but then if you're living on McDonald's all day, there are other factors at play in that too. So really what I would say to you is, and Fee's going to speak to this more from the compliance and what you can say, what I would say to you is use your common sense. It's really important that we don't give people false hope and say, because it cured my endometriosis or whatever else kind of thing, it's going to cure yours. We can't say that. And no one should ever say that. Absolutely. It's just like watching two cancer patients. They could get the same kind of treatment and one, sadly, will pass away and one will actually go into remission. And that, why? There are so many other factors that are taken into account as well. So what I would say to you is please use your common sense. We never claim to cure, mitigate disease. What we can do is help you create an environment in your body that allows you to thrive. And that is so much more than our partner. It was a lovely graphic, and I must try and find it. We used to have, and Fia, you'll probably remember it too. You might even remember, Corinne. It was around the jigsaw pieces, and yeah. Juice Plus being one piece of the jigsaw puzzle, and all of these other factors kind of thing. So that's my little rant. I'm going to say to you, have common sense, guys. Please don't set people up for failure by making claims that we don't know we can back. What we have got is a tried and tested product. So Fee, I'd love for you to share, just from your perspective, like what makes Juice Plus different? And then, kind of maybe we move into, what can they say? How can they play close to the line without going over the line?
Just try and stop me.
Hey, okay. Cheryl, I'll say hi to Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl, we're getting straight into this gear today.
And what I do want to say on the back of what Celine has just said is when you think of chronic illness, it's all inflammation. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all inflammation, whether it's endometriosis, whether it's a form of cancer, whether it is diverticulitis, whether it's an autoimmune disease, it is inflammation. And at the core of that illness, that is what our cells are in a state of not being how they should be reacting. They are inflamed, and inflammation is the cause of all illness. What do we know about Juice Plus? We know that it helps with inflammation. And we've got research on that. Now, I don't want you to go out and say, because Juice Plus can work with inflammation, it can cure A, B, C, and D. That's not what this is about. But when people are starting to learn about their illness, they're on a new journey often. It's like, oh my gosh, I've just been diagnosed with XYZ. They're learning about their illness and what they can and can't do and what they should and shouldn't be doing. And they are in absolute overwhelm. Put yourself in their shoes. Okay. They don't need you to come at them with this, maybe this could work for you solution. But what they would probably understand is that there is an inflammation in their body. And so when you're having those gently conversations, because remember, this person is in overwhelm. They don't need to be Juice Plus vomited on. Okay. What they need is someone to listen to them, hear what's going on for them. Ask lots of questions. If you've listened to me anytime in any coaching, questions are the answers. Ask lots of questions. Ask what they're already doing. If they've come to you, then they've come to you for hope. Okay? And I want you to work with them, not promise them the world that we cannot deliver. But when you help them understand around the inflammation, or if you ask that question, so is this caused by an inflammation in wherever, diverticulitis, the bowel, or whatever? When they can tell you what is going on for them with an inflammation, then you know that you've got they have a little bit more understanding of what's going on in their own body. They've no doubt jumped on Dr. Google or Dr. Chat GPT, I guess these days, but they have done their own research, and at the core of it, they would have understood that there's inflammation. So come at it from that. But of course, as Celine said, I don't know what it would do for you. I've got no idea. But I know when I take it, I feel X, Y, Z. Now, of course, these are conversations that you're having in private anyway. People don't want their stuff dumped all over social media. So you're having these one-on-one conversations, I hope, whether they are in Messenger, whether they are in voice. And I always encourage you to use voice over typing because, number one, we're time poor and it's much easier to make a voice note, right, than it is to type it all out. Number two, they can feel your empathy. They can feel that you are hearing them repeat what they've said. So, Celine, what I'm hearing is this is causing inflammation in wherever. And repeat what they've said back to them so that they can reconfirm that A, you're listening to them, and B, they have been heard. As I say, when people are diagnosed with something or they've just had a health crisis, they are already blaming themselves. What have I done to my body? What have I done? How can I fix this? I need to fix this quickly. They're looking for quick solutions, but you also need to seed into them that they didn't get to where they were overnight. It didn't happen overnight. It's happened over the course of whatever, weeks, months, years. And so the solution is not an overnight solution. The solution is weeks, months of getting themselves back into an alkaline state, eating well, doing what they need to do to look after their own body. And we have so many ways that we can help them more than just being a product.
So I just want to kind of pull out a couple of the points that you've actually made there, Fee, which are great. Because again, we talked about last night on the call with Erica, questions are the answers. It's getting that curiosity going. And, you know, really digging into it. And this is what I do love as well. I think it's really important to get back to basics is getting into either messengers or jumping on a Zoom or whatever like with somebody so that you can find out a little bit more. What is it that they can, you know, share with you? But I'm going to take a step back because I suppose I know some of the challenge was around, well, how do you get people to that space, you know, on socials? Because like that's where most people are hanging out. And going. And I love one of the examples that was given, and I think it was a vet's, maybe it might have been a vet's page or somebody's page last night. I'm trying to remember who it was. But she kind of put up, because she did have a couple of different issues for herself. Endometriosis, I think, was one from memory and that as well. But on her bio, and I loved what Erica said, is call out the problem or call out the cohort that you're actually wanting to attract. So she was wanting to be able to help those people. And it was beautifully said because, yes, several autoimmune, she did. And so it was basically like she called it out, but she never mentioned Juice Plus. She never mentioned anything else. But she said that she provides a place, of empathy and support for those people, and that too. So they're the things that you can do if you're sharing your own story, say for example on socials, or you're going live around that, and you're wondering what can I say. You could share what it is that you have going on for you in a way. And, you can then speak into, I love, because of the journey I've been on and what I have learned and the products and programs I've been using, I love to support people in this area. Bang. Okay. If you'd like more information, or if that speaks to you, or if that resonates with you, that's cool. Because in that moment, you're not going, I had endometriosis and I got on Juice Plus and it's gone. Okay, or it was cured, or it was whatever kind of thing. So it's again using that common sense, going, okay, all right, who's the cohort I'm speaking to? Okay, this is what I want to be able to say to them. How is it that I say that in a way that is compliant? And it's literally then just, again, not making any claims or anything like that. You want to share your journey. Some of what worked for me could work for you. Don't make any promises or whatever like that. So that's to get them into your inbox or into your DMs or into your comments or whatever like that. And then, as Fee said, that's when you take them offline. So that's when you're having a one-to-one conversation, you can share your real, genuine story and what it is that you've done. Even in those places though, please, Juice Plus is not a magic pill. I know a lot of people used to say that or whatever like that. It's not a magic pill, but you have got a product that is backed by how many studies, Fee?
Globally 50. The word I use and have always used is catalyst for change.
Yeah.
Juice Plus is a catalyst for change. When you start to incorporate Juice Plus products and programs and start to look at lifestyle changes, what we've noticed and what we've got research on, particularly around the kids study, is that you crave more fruits and vegetables. You actually want to feel more healthy, and you're coming in for a 4-month thing. This is not just joining a 3-week challenge and then moving on. Okay, this is about the long term, because as I've said, it took them a long time to get to where they are. It's not going to solve itself in 3 weeks. Can you make changes in 3 weeks? Absolutely. Can you make adjustments to where you are in your lifestyle? Absolutely. Can you, as a Juice Plus partner, support your new customer or your customer through this? Absolutely. In fact, that's what I would love you to be doing, because walking the journey with them, and that doesn't mean being on call for them 24/7. That's not what I'm saying, but helping them along the way, answering their questions, checking in on them. It's just good customer care. It's a
Contact
great
equals care, care equals keep. It's the old saying that we had.
Absolutely.
And I think that one of the things that you said there, Erica spoke to that again last night, again, coming back to questions and the answers. If we look at the more you know about them, the more curious you get, the more you've got to be able to feed them through. And when you were saying that, Fee, one of the things that actually popped into my head is that sometimes our programs are the door opener. So I'll use the detox for an example right now. The detox for many, it's easy to promote and that, because most people kind of have in the back of their mind, especially women, weight loss or whatever like that kind of thing. So it's an easy one to promote. But I look at it as it's the door opener. Okay, so we've gotten them coming in. But for most people, and I'll speak about from my own experience, is that the weight loss is really only a symptom of, or the weight gain, a symptom of other things that's actually going on in people's bodies. And so I think it's a great door opener. And sometimes, and this is just a hallucination, my hallucination is that that's where it kind of stops. We've got them in, good, better, best bundle or whatever. And this is for any of the programs. We've got them in on that, and that's great. And they kind of come in the door, and that's where we kind of finish, because we kind of go, they want to lose some weight or whatever like that. I really feel that we actually would be able to support them even more, get them even better results, and hopefully keep a long-term customer, rather than say, just for the period of the detox or till that first order runs out. If we were to get even curious, or, yes, if they might say, you know what, I really want to shift 5 kilos, great. Tell me a little bit more about that. When was the last time that you really felt great and healthy in your body? Weight is just one part of it. And sometimes the number on the scales doesn't actually dictate how healthy or unhealthy we are. What would it look like? What would you feel if you were at just your optimum vitality? So shift then the focus from the weight loss or gain to more around, the vitality or, feeling good in your body or being able to move easier or whatever it might be. Because again, it all comes back to what Fee just said. As we get older or whatever, we put our body under so much strain, inflammation starts to take over. And so, your body will hold on to weight to actually be able to counteract some other things that are actually going on in your body. So no matter what it is that you do, you're not going to lose it. You might lose it temporarily, but it'll come straight back. And that unless you're dealing with some of the other things. So I'd love for us to consider, okay, that each of these programs that we're using in the different teams are actually that we look at them as a door opener. We're inviting them in. It's an easy way to be able to invite them in. But then we take responsibility as the amazing partners that we are to partner with them on that journey to better health. Not just
it cannot be a set and forget. It cannot be a set and forget. You cannot have someone share that kind of level of information with you and then push them to a side and pop them in a group and hopefully they take care of themselves and actually not want to reach out to them because you're worried that they might not want to continue, and so you just don't bother, and then it becomes this horrible cycle. But we all know that we don't get great customer care from anywhere these days, right? So this is our opportunity. And as I said to Celine this morning, I said, Juice Plus is the unicorn. We are a unicorn. There is not a product like us. There's just not. There's not a company that has put the innovation and the research into a very small range like we have. And yes, we have TGA listings, and yes, we have indications that we can share. But I want you to start wearing that like a badge of honor. I want you to be out loud and proud about the fact that our company has gone to great lengths and great expense to get us to a place where we are the unicorn, and be out loud and proud about that and start talking about the things that we can talk about and stop worrying about the things that you can't. Because there are always ways around it. As Celine said, talk to someone, one-on-one Zoom, one-on-one Messenger, go and have a coffee with them.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing that's really exciting is that we do have an amazing product. We do have an opportunity to be able to help people be healthier, and that we have something that is backed by science, which as Fee said, we are definitely a unicorn. We definitely stand alone when it comes to that. There is no other product on the market that is as researched as we are, and that is definitely something to be super proud of. And again, I think it really comes back down to, so if we bring this back kind of full circle, and that before we wrap this up, it really is around, okay, how do I share authentically, about whatever it is that is going on for you, the people that you're wanting to attract, share authentically. If you listened to the call from Erica last night, if you weren't on there, it will be shared, and that. And so as today's date is the 25th of November, that call was on the 24th of November. If you're watching this later and wanting to be able to look back, you will see that, again, she talks about, sharing your journey, sharing your story, sharing as you're going. But that just means that you just don't make claims. You don't say, it's going to fix this for you. It's about always speaking from your personal experience and speaking from a holistic experience. And I think that's super important, because sometimes people say to me, oh, but the only thing I changed was Juice Plus. I'm sorry, darling. I'm sorry. If that's the only thing, and Fee, I love that you spoke to that about it being a catalyst for change, because that is what we used to say all of the time. And I think we need to just get back to that, is that it is a catalyst for change. You do want to, it encourages you to want to eat healthier. Whatever it is else is, again, when you feed, our bodies are miracles. amazing designs that God has given us, but we've got to give it the right nutrients. And when we do, it craves more of that. I'm sure you all have those journeys and those stories to share. Share them.
Yeah.
That's not making any major claims. That's just sharing.
I love in-person events. The thing that I used to get me out every single Thursday night without fail to our Juice Plus in-person events was because I might hear another story of someone's, personal change. I was a health hope junkie. Absolutely. And when I could go along and hear that someone had incorporated the products, started to connect with our community. Connection is very, very big part of it. That they found, that community, went out and did a walk a couple of times a week, and all of a sudden they're exercising and they're making more changes. And maybe they go to a lunch or something and they're having, a healthier option instead because they're around different energy, they're around different people. Do not discount what this community brings. We are so much more than a product.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys wouldn't still be here if you didn't think the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have so much more and we have so much to offer. And please, if you are not sure, if you are questioning yourself about, should I post this? You just need to reach out to me. I'm always here to help you. Email, messenger, whatever it is.
And of course, the compliance group.
Okay,
so we'll share that again. We'll keep sharing it.
Yeah, you've got the Chat GPT, the product expert. Go in there.
Yeah.
And if it spits out something, you go, oh, you're not quite sure, screenshot it and send it to me. You go, is this right? Because sometimes our little friend at Chat makes up. Last week, helped me illuminate was a face.
I used it last night, actually, when we were on the call. And it was great because I just said, use the Dan Sullivan, 9 words. And it gave a fantastic post that you could then just pull from and learn. So I think the important thing to remember is that the tools are all there. It's what we do. So what my kind of, I suppose, as we kind of bring this full circle, is our call to action, our CTA for each of you, is to share your story. And even if you're not 100% sure, record it and flick it to us. Okay? Honestly, Fee loves giving that feedback or that little tweak or whatever like that, or even record it and put it into the Chat GPT, the Juice Plus one, and ask for it to, check, is this compliant? And it will help with you there. So all of the tools are there. So that's my call to action. What we'd love to see is you sharing, and even if you want to share your stories into the compliance group, okay, there you can go. That can be your first little tester to be able to go, okay, I'm just going to try this, because I know it can be sometimes a little bit nervous putting it out into the
very
world.
Safe space.
And it is a safe space to be able to support. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. That's your take out fun work to do, because again, learning is only as good as what you do with it. So that's what I would encourage you to do. So thank you for listening in. Cheryl, you've been on here the whole time. Have you any questions or anything that you wanted to ask before we wrapped it up?
No, I think, it's been really interesting listening to what you ladies have had to say. And,
awesome. So we're going to see you sharing your story in the group?
We'll see.
No, Cheryl, you can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. Excellent. All right, everybody, till next time. Thank you and happy story sharing. Take care. God bless. Bye for now.